that rounds off a pretty solid week of training. But what did I get up to? Let's rewind and find out. So today is the first day of the week. It's Monday. It's a day I normally take as a rest day to recover from the efforts of last week. Despite not training, I'm not totally inactive, and as you can see at the moment, I'm out walking the dog in the rain before work. It's Tuesday morning, it's the first proper session of the week, and today's a double day, and we're starting off at the gym with some strength work. On the advice of my physio, I've started doing some full body strength workouts, so to rebuild and strengthen my body, so it's good to go again next year. I'm building up slowly, so I'm not lifting a huge amount of weight. It's really nice doing something a bit different, and I find it sets me up well for the day and shakes off the stress from the day beforehand. Later in this video, I'll explain a little more about the exercises I've been doing. So that's gym done, 1 hour, 10 minutes. Now I'm going to pop home, take the dog out quick, have some breakfast, have a shower, and then go to work. After work today, we've got the Zwift Racing League team time trial. A little bit of time to recover before we hit the turbo trainer and have a bit of a race. Let's get warmed up. I really enjoy using Zwift races as a training session, particularly on a Tuesday when I want to have a more intense session. I find the competitive element really appeals to me, and it lets me dig a bit deeper than perhaps I would if I was just doing a turbo session on my own without someone to try and beat. Although we didn't have a full team for the time trial, we only really had 4 riders because one person started on the most basic Zwift road bike and quickly got dropped. We managed to put in a pretty decent time. We finished 3rd overall, maintaining our 3rd place in the league. It's Wednesday evening, it's cold, but I've got a 2-hour mountain bike ride to do. It would be easier to stay in on the sofa watching Netflix, but I've got a big light, there's warm clothes, so let's get it done. Oh, it's chilly. It is chilly. Probably won't be able to see me, but you can kind of see where I'm going if I turn the camera around this way. And because I have got this super bright light, it's pretty much like riding in the daytime anyway, which is maybe why that night riding is a little bit more fun. It's quite nice just to be able to switch off in the middle of the week and cruise about, even if it is dark and a bit cold. But now that I'm outside, that desire to sit on the sofa and watch Netflix has pretty much disappeared. About half an hour into the ride now, I'm feeling pretty warm, so that's good. Feet probably a little bit cold, but I don't think they're going to get any warmer. Just having a look at the Garmin and it says it's currently 2 degrees. Woo-hoo. So an hour into the ride now, and all those pre-ride moans and groans about whether it's going to be too cold, whether I was tired, blah blah blah, have all evaporated away, which really goes to show sometimes it is really mind over matter. Almost home now, so that's nearly 2 hours done on the mountain bike. Saw the grand total of 0 people, several horses and a few cows. It's Thursday now, I'm out with the dog again. It's actually snowing. So it's Thursday evening, it stopped snowing, but it's mega cold. So I'm staying indoors, doing my workout on the turbo to keep it simple, and just doing 2 30-minute blocks at Sweet Spot. It's Friday and the 2nd gym session of the week. No cycling today, which isn't too bad because currently it's about -2. It's absolutely freezing. So yeah, just the gym and then the rest of the day to relax and enjoy. As you can see from the video, the amount of weight I'm lifting isn't that impressive at the moment, but I am building up slowly, having not done this in quite some time. And for me, it's all about injury prevention as opposed to trying to generate a huge amount of power in a sprint. As such, I've been doing a full body workout with a little bit of focus on the legs. Saturday morning, it's cold. and still a bit dark, but we're down with the swim club to do our Saturday swim training session. That was the Saturday morning swim. I've probably got goggle marks around my eyes now, look a bit silly. The main set was like 1,200 metres split down into 300 metres, concentrating on technique, so that was quite nice. Now I've got to whiz home, have some breakfast and hit the bike. Here we go again, finally out in the daylight this week, but it's rather misty and the Garmin's currently saying it's -2. Woo! Get warm relatively quickly while riding up a hill at the start of this ride. Today I'm doing a 3-hour mountain bike ride in the New Forest, just zone 2, maybe a few little efforts on some of the climbs to keep warm. So it's all about spending a good chunk of time on the bike I'm going to be riding at the Atlas Mountain Race, just to keep used to the position, test some bits of kit and work out any niggles that may occur before the event. This is one of my favourite type of rides, getting out in the woods after being at work for a week and mainly being on the turbo indoors or riding in the dark. Sometimes on a Saturday morning I'll do a fast training ride with the club, but due to the temperature, say about -3, ice on the road, highly doubt there'll be many people turning up for that. Nice icy glove. One of the great things about the New Forest is there's just mile upon mile of gravel paths, tracks and trails like this that just go on forever, so you very rarely need to go on the road. So when it's a nice icy cold day like today where the water in the puddles is frozen, you can kind of keep away from where it might be slippiest. If I only had my road bike and not a gravel bike or a mountain bike, on a day like today though, 100% I would be back indoors on Zwift. Bell appears to have given up. Sun's finally starting to come out. Hopefully get slightly warmer in a minute. Not too far from the end now. It's taken me to about 3 hours on the mountain bike, and the temperature has climbed to a balmy 0 degrees, but it's not been too bad once I got going and warmed up. My gloves and overshoes seem to cope quite well with the chill. Tomorrow's a longer road bike ride, doing the Bournemouth Jubilee Wheelers 100km reliability ride. So see you nice and early in the morning. Woo! Sunday morning, last day of the week. I'm riding over to the Bournemouth Jubilee Wheelers 100k reliability ride that starts in Wimborne. It's about 6 degrees warmer than yesterday, but 100% wetter. So this week's really had a bit of everything. We've had snow, rain, wind, cold, maybe a tiny bit of sunshine. But I am running slightly late because the dog took longer to sort out than I thought. So I might be arriving after everyone started, so might be a little game of catch up to play at the start. So yeah, it's the second ride in the Jubilee Winter Series. Last month was the 50, next month, January, is a 75 mile. I did a little video a couple of weeks ago all about what the Winter Series is, when it takes place, the ride distances, and what you get for your £5. So check it out in the link below if you want to find out a bit more. There are still 2 Winter Series rides coming up at the start of next year, so start your 2024 as you mean to go on. But I got 5 minutes to do 2.5 miles to get to the start on time, which is a average of 30 mile an hour. So I think I'm going to be late. After not waiting for Dave's puncher in the 50 a couple of weeks ago, I highly doubt he's going to wait for me to arrive late at the start. Oh, looks like they're just about to start.
I'm worried about you. Yeah, I've been waiting.
made it. The shame of no mudguard. And there's the lovely ruins of Corfe Castle. It's the original subscriber, Phil. That was one of the climbs, but not the biggest climb. Honk honk. Dropped off to have a little snack because I couldn't get it out of my pocket and my waterproof jacket on. Now me and Lee are trying to catch back on. It's a moist one. Lee loving the rain. Always love the rain. Coming through Milton Abbas. Start of a rather big climb, disguised by the picturesque cottages. Here comes that steep bit. Oh, just about summited the climb out of Milton Abbas. Oh, it's a big one. We got a downhill now, and we climb back up again, and then drop down into Blandford. Whew. This is pretty much the top of the last significant hill. We now drop down into Blandford and then we follow a river back into Wimborne, so it's pretty flat. A couple of little lumps. I think we got about 15 miles to go. 15 miles till the Cape. Coming back into Wimborne, about 2 miles left to go. There's a four-man breakaway up the road. We're going to get that Cape first. So this is it, back at the HQ. About 79 miles done, another 10 or so to get back home. On the way back now, not too far to go, maybe 8 miles, but it's properly raining, although it is 7 degrees, so it's about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, so it kind of feels tropical in comparison. Nearly finished for the day, and another great event organised by Bournemouth Jubilee Wheelers. That rounds off a pretty solid week of training. Stats are on the screen now, giving you a total amount of time and miles, etc. Next week I'm just taking it easy. It's a recovery week and it's absorbing the training I've done over the last 3 weeks so that I'm fresh and ready to go for another 3-week block up until Christmas.